never good at games of chance. When I'm playing cards with my buddies, where the money flies right out of my pants. Don't you know I got a little secret? It's the ace of hearts up my sleeve. And when I get home to my honey, she give me love like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, they call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. When I'm walking through my neighborhood, everybody knows I'm feeling good. See me smiling from my head to my feet. They say, ain't that Mr. Lucky coming down the street? Hey, that's me. I'm Mr. Lucky when you kiss my lips, when you touch me with your fingertips. I'm Mr. Lucky when you hold me tight. I'm Mr. Lucky when you kiss goodnight. Baby, they call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky in love. You know that's right. Baby, 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 baby.
Hey everybody, what's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What is shaking on your Friday night? I love these Friday night shows. So much so. What did I just? Oh, okay, cool. So much so that tonight's show's about nail clippers. Okay, sometimes you don't want to burn a really good topic on a Friday night. Sorry, I got it. This is giving me great consternation here. See, I think that's better. All right, so yeah. Oh, by the way, like, share, subscribe, and retweet, notification bell, all that good stuff, the free stuff that will serve the almighty algorithm, And then we do have membership. We have super chats and memberships. And please turn on the gifted memberships. And why? Because incredibly generous people like Julian Zeezer will gift these memberships. And if you have your gifted memberships turned on, you get a free gifted membership. Now, we do have a goal for our super chats, which is any amount of money. So keep that in mind as well. But turn on those gifted memberships. I'm not on YouTube, so I can't see who got that one, if anyone. Terry Nee with rainbows, because Terry Nee is everything sweetness and light and goodness. Karen Garvey says, John Cat Xavier, great name, isn't it? It is a really good name. SG Fanboy says, sorry I missed the show last night. A friend gave me an Adderall, and things got a little weird. Well, I don't know. Maybe the show would have been better for you. People saying hi. We do have the most cheerful chat room on the internet, as verified by independent sources. Terry Nee says, Aku, well deserved, Aku. Where is Aku? I can't see any of Aku's comments. Where in the holy hay are there? Oh, unless Aku is commenting on Facebook or something. I don't know. I haven't seen his comments. Dupa. There we go. People saying hi. We do have the most cheerful chat room on the internet. Let's see here. Cone Road says, Tom, how is your sciatica doing? Well, Cone Road, I don't know if I know you personally, or this is just a callback from, I guess it was it January and February maybe of this year? Trying to think. I think that's around when it was. It hasn't come back at all. It's fine. Whoops. Dr. Pepper Zero. However, you do have to open the can to drink it. So, no, the sciatica hasn't come back. But I will tell you, that sciatica was nothing to mess with. It held on for quite a while. Let's see here. Karen Garby says, Aku is not here right now. He was gifted a membership. I gotcha. I agree with Terry Nee. Well-deserved membership. You're darn right. Aku is a wonderful guy, and we're glad to have him here. Cone Road says, I haven't checked in a while. That's good to hear. Attica, Attica. Oh, my God. Wow. SG fanboy, you, again, are just too good for me. For the love of the goal. Hey, has anybody ever seen that movie For Love of the Game with Kevin Costner and Kelly Preston in it? It's like half sports movie, half rom-com. It's a perfect date movie, I'm telling you right now. But SG fanboy, thank you so much. That is beyond generous, and I'm humbled. You have done so much for this show, and I appreciate it. Galumbo appreciates it. Major League Rack Roller Derby Tom appreciates it. Creepy Ice Cream Van Tom appreciates it. Intelligent Hulk Tom appreciates it. We all appreciate it. We do. Terry Nee is kicked in with $1 to help us meet our goal of any amount of money, which I think he thinks is funny, but SG just kind of, sorry, couldn't resist. I know you couldn't. That's funny. Fanboy. Yeah, SG Fanboy, thank you. Thank you. SG Fanboy, once again, outdone by the bird. Karen Garvey says, Terry Nee never apologized for making us laugh. No, don't apologize for that. Okay, what? Oh, I gotta open up my thing. No, I don't. Not for 5 minutes. God, I love these Friday shows. You can't imagine how much I look forward to them. And this has always been the case. Always. Well, that's not true. I did have a show that was called the Afternoon Edition in Bloomington, Indiana. It was it 3 to 5 or 3 to 6? I want to say it was 3 to 6. And that show, because it was like a news topic show with guests and interviews and stuff, that show, a lot of times Friday was the big day because you were going into a weekend where something was going to happen or whatever. So sometimes that could be a thing, but otherwise Friday shows are kind of I noticed my good friends at the Shuli Network last night did an overrated movies show. just a few weeks after we start the sensation that's sweeping the nation, overrated, underrated, somebody doesn't. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Hey, incidentally, today's shirt is this shirt was sold when Bobby Knight, legendary basketball coach, came to Texas Tech. He had legendarily thrown a chair out onto the court in Indiana, and Texas Tech was like saying, we don't care about that. We want you as a coach really bad. So they had this welcome with a chair shirt. There's a bunch of stuff on the back of it, too. It says, Mr. Knight, we like your style or something. But I'd like to point out, this was, I believe, in 2000, I want to say 1 or 2000. So this shirt is 24 or 23 years old. Note the collar. Like I said, a lot of other people are getting into, couch cushions and whatever. I'm the collar guy. All right. So for I don't know how many days I've been scoreboarding this chump. Just saying. Terry Nee with another hilarious $1 donation. Terry Nee says he finds it hilarious. I'm sorry. Terry Nee, I find it hilarious too. And I'll tell you something else. I try to explain to younger people the appeal of David Letterman. And I have to say, well, Dave was amazing when he was on CBS in sort of that prime time, late night, right after the news. But the real Dave Letterman was not only on his morning show, but late night on NBC, where he was trying crazy stuff. Nobody, though, overhyped the mundane more than David Letterman. And that's what I find a $1 donation is. It's like, there's just such joy of making a big deal out of something that is completely innocuous. Julian Caesar says, Tom, you ever read John Grisham's minor novellas that are about sports? Titles are Sully, Playing for Pizza, and Calico Joe. Good stuff, like reading. Not a big John Grisham fan, but I'll look into that. Exactly, Letterman was the best. Oh, God. Brush with Greatness and all of that hokey. Oh, God, it was all so good. SG Fanboy says, Letterman was fantastic. Sister bought me the Letterman book of fun facts one year for Christmas. I don't know if it's the same book, SG, but I know for a fact when I won the David Letterman scholarship, they gave me a Letterman book of some kind. It was a thing. But if you go back and watch the old late night when, wearing the Alka-Seltzer suit and the Velcro suit and the monkey cam and the everything else, Terry says, I'm the youngest of 4. It's our thing to be annoying. I don't find you annoying. Yeah, that early Letterman stuff. They had a Letterman episode that was done from one of the inner offices. They had a Letterman episode where your screen constantly moved in a 360 degree. It just kept revolving. I don't know if there was an upside down one or not. Crushing things with the industrial press, throwing things off of the building. Just all that stuff was just amazing stuff. So I love the, pomp and circumstance of the completely inconsequential. Nothing makes me happier than that. Okay, I got to open up my thing. I've got to open up my thing. Boom, shakalaka. Yep. I just got some fingers that need to be clipped behind me there. They really look like they're in for a clip in there. We could have just had John. His fingernails are just horrible. Horrible. Nail clippers. Before I get into this, let me just get a few things out of the way. First of all, until the fall of 2001, I had one pair of nail clippers my whole life. Since the fall of 2001, I have had 100 pairs of nail clippers. Until about 7 years ago. So from 2001 to 2017, since 2017, I have had these nail clippers. They're actually rusted on the bottom a little bit. They've been through the wars. And this is by the somewhat pornographically named trimmer company, Trim. It says right on there, Trim. Well, believe you me, it's not what I was thinking when I bought it. So there's that. After 9/11, in the fall of 2001, these were taken away from you on airplanes. So at first you went through the process of, I forgot to take that out of there. They take it away from you. And are you really going to go back and get it when you make your return flight? I don't think so. So then you'd have to buy a new one when you got to the town you were in or whatever. And it just, the terrorists won that day, if only because we all had to buy new nail clippers every time we travel. There you go. That's what interested me in doing the topic of nail clippers. Let's see here. Julian Zeter says, I have all three styles of those clippers. All right. Hungus Mungus, sometimes known as Sven Dunkel, says, salute, Tom and crew, all men on deck. Okay. Stone Crab, thank you so much for the donation. Phone the neighbors. It's actually, if you're doing Letterman, it's wake the kids, phone the neighbors, and please, no wagering. The doctrine says, hail Tom and chat. I'm late, but I'm here. Nobody's ever late to this show. Julian Caesar says, don't try to use nail clippers to cut guitar strings. Learn from my idiocy. Yeah, even nylon strings, it's not a good idea. But certainly the steel ones, they'll just also ruin the nail clippers. Star Mountain says, why use nail clippers when we have teeth and other nails and scissors? Safety scissors. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Okay. So the nail clipper, some people call them nail trimmers or nail cutters or... Uh-oh. Here you go. Can you hear it? I think he's just going by today. I think he maybe learned his lesson. Anyway, it's a hand tool for trimming fingernails, toenails, and, of course, the ever-popular hangnail. Nail clippers are usually made of stainless steel, but, they can also be made of plastic or aluminum. Good luck with plastic on my nails. Two common varieties are the pliers type and the compound lever type. And as Julian Caesar can tell you, the pliers type is the kind that looks like a pair of pliers there. And the compound lever type are the other kinds that, you swivel the lever out and do all that business with. Those are your two main kinds. Yeah. Many nail clippers come with a miniature file that you can swivel out to allow rough edges of nails to be manicured I've used that file for a million other things, though. Nail clippers occasionally come with a nail catcher. I don't even know what that is. The thing with the file also has that little dig stuff out from underneath your fingernail cleaner point on the end of it. The nail clipper consists of a head that might be concave or convex. Specialized nail clippers, which have convex clipping ends, are intended for trimming toenails, while concave clipping ends are for fingernails. The cutting head may be manufactured to be parallel or perpendicular to the cutter. Cutting heads that are parallel to the principal axis are made to address accessibility issues involved with cutting toenails. Yeehaw. The history. I know y'all are wondering about the history. Check this out. This is a Roman nail clipper from the 3rd or 4th century. It's actually made of bronze. It's just all gummed up. Before the invention of the modern nail clipper, people would use very small knives to trim or pare their nails. So they just sit there and file them with descriptions of nail trimming in literature date as far back as the 8th century BC. The book of Deuteronomy says that a man, should he wish to take captive as a wife, should he wish to take a captive as a wife, is there any other way to do it? Shall bring her home to his house, and she shall shave her head and trim her nails. Reference is made in Horace's epistles, written about 20 BC. A close-shaven man, it's said, in an empty barber's booth, penknife in hand, quietly cleaning his nails. The first United States patent for an improvement in a fingernail clipper was filed in 1875 by Valentine Fogarty. No word on whether that's a relation to John Fogarty. We just don't have information on that right now. Other subsequent patents for an improvement in fingernail clippers are 1876 by William C. Edge and 1878 by John H. Holtman. Filings for fingernail clippers include in 1881 those of Eugene Heim and Celestin Martz, in 1885 by George Coates. And that was for a fingernail cutter, it's called. In 1896 by a Hungarian inventor, David Gessner. And in 1905 by Chapel S. Carter. Anyway. In 1947, William E. Bassett, who started the W.E. Bassett Company in 1939, developed the Trim brand nail clipper using the superior jaw-style design that had been around since the 19th century, but adding 2 nibs near the base of the file to prevent lateral movement, and replacing the pinned rivet with a notched rivet and adding a thumb swerve in the lever. But you didn't realize how technical nail clippers are. But a lot of people make them. You know, Remington makes them. Everybody makes them. They're not difficult to make. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I do hate to tell you. I know it's a Friday night show. But that's all I got on nail clippers, man. That's really all I got. I mean, that's it. Let's see here. Terry Nee says the terrorists gave neo-Marxists an opening. They did. Some people like untrimmed guitar strings. I call them eye pokers. The doctrine says, I find a nice pair of needle nose pliers works great on a hangnail. Just a regular pair of tweezers. That Roman nail clipper looks more 2nd century. Well, hey, tweezers and nail clippers are one of those things that, yeah, you can find something else to do the job, but no. My mom was a nurse, and she had scissor nail trimmers. So she would just cut, and you only used them right out of the bathtub or shower when your fingernails are soft, and she would just. But that's just it. You bite on. It's one of those things. When you need one, you need one. I had an ingrown hair one time at work that I noticed at work, and I didn't have any tweezers, and I walked all over Midtown Indianapolis looking for a pair of tweezers. I mean, I got 2 pennies and tried to press them together and use them as nothing. Star Mountain says, Julian Caesar untrimmed guitar strings are like pornos from the 70s. Yeah, there's pornos in the 70s where you didn't actually see any porn. There was just so much pubic hair. Stone Crab says, more than SJ will ever know about clipping nails. Yes. Star Mountain says, did anyone here see the short SJ made of himself being tough in mild wind as the hurricane approached? We talked about that yesterday, and I mentioned yesterday how, given what we knew about that particular storm, there was an extremely high likelihood that there would be loss of life associated with it. So 35 people have died from that storm so far. And Jackass is out there trying to act like it's nothing, and I'm Mr. Brave Guy. Look, John, your fat rear end, there ain't no hurricane taking it. Don't you worry about that. Inch high private eye. I like hair. Long, beautiful hair. Sorry. Star Mountain says Cape Coral didn't get hit that hard. Well, hey, by the by, not only do I have this little fingernail clipper here, right? I got me a big ass, it almost looks like a garden tool. It's got to be that long. Toenail clipper. Because let me tell you something, old Tom's gunboats. I used to play soccer. That's what I used to call my feet, gunboats. One of those little fingernail clippers, unless you can find somebody to stand on the lever to get it to cut through. I got big pliers. Yeah. Julian Caesar says, geez, didn't realize the death toll. That's awful. Yeah, and then, well, for instance, they're having flooding in Atlanta and all sorts of stuff. Star Mountain says, I didn't either. Last I heard, it was 3 people. I think it's 35. And it's not just confined to Florida. I mean, it's the whole thing. That's the last thing I read. That's what some people are saying. That's what's being alleged. What's being alleged. I did watch a little Stuttering John show today. And, the Shuley Network had that thing where they're like, we're not going to say anything bad about him. Well, I'm not going to say John said anything bad about him, although he said a few mildly bad things. Instead, he invites Clay Dabbler on to just crap on them nonstop. It's like, I don't think that's the spirit of what's intended here, dummy. Stone Crab says death toll now at 44, most in the Carolinas. I gotcha. Star Mountain said he had the power to have a show. Who had the power to have a show? I don't. The Doctorn says because why not? Well, thank you, Doctorn. I appreciate that. This is very much appreciated. You guys are the best. This is going to be the best weekend ever. I get to go to the grocery store tomorrow, and it's a damn good thing because I have run out of all the things that I would want to put in my mouth. Hungus Bungus says, wow, we don't have this kind of storms over here. Well, we do over here, mister. We got them nonstop over here. 24/7. There's a storm going on somewhere around yonder. Trust me. Now, by the way, this was an ad for the gym as an early nail clipper, and it did all sorts of things. It was a thing. Julian Zeezer says, I went to the supermarket today. Every song on the PA was a masterpiece. So that makes shopping fun. I know. I noticed recently the music's a lot better in there, although Walmart sucks. Walmart has like their own radio station in there, and it's an awful one. Star Mountain says, as in SJ has electricity, so it couldn't have been that bad in Cape Coral. Yeah, exactly. Oh, who gave him the power to do a show? I gotcha. Yeah. I don't know. It's all about him. Hungus Mungus says, what goes on over there? What goes on over there where you're at there, Sven? Close. Star Mountain said, Julian's either they played Opeth, Nevermore, and Evergrey. Close. Fate's Warning. I've seen that band's name come up in the chat here numerous times in the last week or so. Fate's Warning. These are bands that I know nothing of. I was listening to an album. If you guys really want a fun, I think it's fun. It's on YouTube. And it's by Martin Mull. Mull, who just passed away here in the last year. A brilliant man. Yeah, from me. Let's see here. Karen Garvey says, that's the second time I heard Fate's Warning. Now I have to check them out. Well, so, dang, what was I was on a story. Daggone it. What was I about to say? Don't make me go back to YouTube and rewind the show and figure out. Daggone it. I had an excellent story lined up. And I just completely spaced it. Do I need to go back? I've never done this before. Let's do this. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, Martin Mull, yes. Okay, yes, Martin Mull. So there's an album by Martin Mull called Near Perfect, Perfect. So if you type in Martin Mull, Near Perfect, Perfect, full album, you can listen to the full album in order. That's what I was listening to before the show started. Karen Garvey, check out anything from the album Theories in Flight. Hungus Mungus says, nothing I can talk about here without getting flagged. Oh, boy. Well, that's Amsterdam for you. Stone Crab says, oh, Martin Mull, you were reminding me. Julian Caesar says, Hungus, every 2 decades or so, a hurricane makes a right turn and ends up in the British Isles. Not sure if they make it as far as Western Europe. Star Mountain, did you play on the album? Oh, here we go. Stone Crab says, Martin Mull, America Tonight, pharmacist on 2.5 Men. He was also the restaurant manager on Roseanne, and he was also Stone Crab, of course, the precursor to America Tonight, Fernwood Tonight. Martin Mull, just incredible. Star Mountain says, no, but that's their best, in my opinion. I've collaborated with the singer and one of the guitarists. Very cool, Star Mountain. Very cool. My bassist plays for the singer's solo band. That is very cool. Martin Mull, Mary Hartman, yeah. Martin Mull also collaborated heavily with Steve Martin. Those two were buddies. Loved Fernwood. Fernwood Tonight was so great. So great. Very underrated. That should be on overrated, underrated. Fernwood Tonight. Was it Martin Mull and Steve Martin that did the album Sax and Violins? I can't remember, but they hung out and did things. Hungus Mungus says, we got some heavy rains, but not like you guys. Trailer blastings, yeah, let me tell you. SG Family says, Fernwood was great. Fred Willard and Martin Mull were great together. They really were. They were so good on that show. And by the way, some of their interviews are like really good interviews. It's hard to find people. People would go on there and let those guys interview them and screw around that wouldn't go on legit interview shows. Doopadoo says, I was the youngest in my family. In the summertime, I got to watch Fernwood Tonight. Stone Crabs. Yeah, Mary Hartman. Yeah, Mary Hartman was good. Mary Hartman was a concept program that I think would do well today. Back then, when there were fewer channels, shows had to be so successful that everybody kind of had to be in on the joke. And Mary Hartman, not everybody was in on the joke. It just was for, certain sensibility. Karen Garvey says, SG Fanboy, you can't be in your 30s. You're such an old, so 30s. What I wouldn't give. What would I give to be in my 30s again? I think a ball. Just one. Well, not both of them, but one. Sure. I could do one. Let's see here. Julian Caesar says 30 is the new 50s. Yeah, I don't know what the new anything is. SG Fanboy says, Karen Garvey, heard that a few times. I'm, at this juncture, just happy to be in this condition that I'm in. I can't hope for any more, any less. Boy, this hair needs to be cut. I'll tell you that. Bad. Look like Fonzie. But I'm glad to be in this condition that I'm in. By the way, for the last 2 nights, we're not broadcasting to Facebook. It had Facebook screwed up, StreamYard, and then it got fixed, I guess, and now it's screwed up again. Thanks, StreamYard. Karen Garvey said, I was just going to say what I wouldn't give, but I didn't think 50s would be this easy. Trade you on the 50s. Doctrine says, kind of like the Marsha. It's been parodied so many times. Yes. Marsha. It has been parodied quite a few times. Maybe I should open up the phone lines. I'll just go ahead and do that. I'm opening up the phone lines. Hope everybody's got a great weekend planned. People here in Texas are thrilled because it's cooling off, you know, and we are getting close to October. But we went from hot to, I mean, in the 90s to, I don't even know what it was. But people are, I think it's true all over the country that things are cooling off, you know. What's this, Doctor? It's the Tom Goulet. I don't understand the reference there, but oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to check, see the national weather temperatures down or up or whatever. There we go. Let's see. They're gonna 87, 89, 90, 90, 92, 90. Yeah, so we're not in the hundreds anymore. Awesome. I prefer the hundreds, but I understand that most people don't. Star Mountain says, you're in Texas? Yes, I'm in Texas. I'm working on some OT this weekend. Well, Doc Torn, if that's work that you want to do, I'm happy for you. And I'm certainly happy if you're being paid overtime wages. Hunga says, Tom, I sent you a video earlier. I saw that you sent me something, Spen. I didn't have a chance to look at it today. Julian says, Marcia was a famous Roman assassin who killed her husband. Just read some wiki article about her. I might look into that, Julian. Thank you. It was just Marcia assassin. Where are we at here? I'll write this on my list. Marcia assassin. Marsha. Why did she get to kill everybody? Hell no. Can't do that kind of heat. Chris Abels of the legendary program Killing with the Abels, and also Replayables, which I believe Replayables are on tonight in like 26 minutes. And then Killing with the Abels is tomorrow night, I think. I don't know when these damn shows are on. They move all around. Anyway, watch Chris Abels' Killing with the Abels and Replayables whenever they're on. I don't know why I'm supposed to remember everybody else's showtime. Nobody remembers mine. I don't know why I all of a sudden am the TV guide. Chris Abels says, I have some exes in Texas, not all of them though. So Garth Brooks got me there. Think you're thinking about George Strait, big fella. I think you're thinking about old King George there, fella. That's what we call him down in Texas, old King George. Because Texas is a place I really love to be, and all of my exes live in Texas, and that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. Star Mountain says, Texas is one of the few states I've never been to. Star Mountain, you got to come on down, son. We'll take your skinny ass down to the Fort Worth Stockyard and show you what partying's all about now. Feels like a different country. It is, man. It's a whole different state of mind down here. Topic of the video, Pervitin. Oh boy, I'll be watching that after the show. Marsha. Chris Abel said, thank you, Tom. It's always Saturday. I don't know what that means. The show's always Saturday, or it's always Saturday for you. It seems to always be Saturday for you, mister. Julian Caesar says, anyone who wants a laugh says, listen to that song, All My Exes Are in Texas. Are you talking about the song All My Exes Live in Texas? Because Texas is a place I'd surely love to be. Because all my exes, Rosanna's down in Texarkana, wanted me to push her broom. Sweet Eileen's in Abilene. Booyakasha. Let's see here. Star Mountain says, Chris, what's the name of your killing show? I've been out of the Dabbleverse for a while. Star Mountain, you need to go to 100 Proof Podcasts. And the show is Killing with the Ables. Check it out, man. Terry Nee says, I'm ex of Ables. I don't even know what that means, but it makes me laugh. Chris Abel says, damn it, you're right. My bad. Karen Garvey says, Chris Abel, Saturday is both shows? Killing it with Ables and Replayables? Right? Right? Star Mountain says, I don't know. I feel like I'd be shot on sight in Texas. No, you wouldn't. You go to Austin or come to Dallas. It's not like that, dude. It's so not like that. Chris Abel says, hi, Star Mountain. It's Killing with the Ables. It's Thursdays and Saturdays on 100% podcast channel. That's what I said. Thank you, Dupa. SG Fanboy says, I can only remember Rosanna and Allison. Oh, girl songs. I know this world is killing you, Allison. My aim is true. That. It's so funny to be seeing you after so long, girl. But with the way you look, I understand if you were not impressed. I heard you let that little friend of mine take off your party dress. I'm not going to get too sentimental like those other Sticker Valley Tines. But I don't know if you've been loving somebody. I only know it isn't mine, Allison. Anyway, let's see here. Thanks, Chris. Very cool. Glad you have another show. Oh, he's got shows out the Yin Yang. And I've seen his Yin Yang. Terry Nee lives in Texas now. No, he doesn't. I did not approve that. Karen Garvey's giving Chris Abels the thumbs up. Most cheerful chat room on the internet, as verified by independent sources. By the way, like, share, subscribe, retweet, notification bell, all those free things you can do that really help us with the almighty algorithm. And then we have super chats and memberships, which you can take advantage of if you'd like. We have a goal every night, which is any amount of money. But turn on those gifted memberships. It tells how to right now, down in the crawl. Do that, and you can get a free membership if somebody gifts some. Star Mountain say, that's the symbol of the, yeah. Terry Nee is a little bit Texas, and he's a little bit Pennsylvania. He's a little bit country, and he's a little bit rock and roll. He's a little bit of downtown Nashville, and he's got a little bit of Motown in his soul. Star Mountain says, I'm a left-leaning, long-haired musician. Some stupid Chainsaw Massacre cop would find me. Star Mountain. There's a guy named Matt Hillier down here. He used to have a band that was real popular called 1100 Springs. They are as red dirt country as you can get. One of his songs is actually called Long-Haired Tattooed Hippie Freaks, because he is sleeved like you can't imagine. Long hair, the whole 9 yards. And not a problem. So it's not, no. Nobody would, nobody would give you any static for any of those things. Especially down in Austin. Terry Nee getting laughs as usual. Hungus Mungus says, I know some people still speak like Texas German. Skunks are still, yes. Yeah, there's that, and then there's a lot of Czechoslovakian bakeries for some reason throughout Texas that are really good, by the way. Doctrine says, so what are we killing with the Ables? SG Fanboy says, no, from the George Strait song. Rosanna's in Texarkana. Allison's in Galveston. Gotcha. I'm with you now. I am with you. Chris Abels. That's far too generous. Oh, man, that is so nice. Thank you for the 1999. Terry Nee fracks on his birthday. So happy fracking birthday, Terry Nee. Love you, boo. Hungus Mungus says, ain't we all a little bit Texas? Well, that's right. You're not from Texas. That's right. You're not from Texas. That's right. You're not from Texas, but Texas wants you anyway. That's right. You're not from Texas. Anyway. Don't forget to call in. Tom loves it when you do. Yeah, phone lines are open. At 972-994-6822. Chris Abel says, amen, Hungus. Terry Nee says, how did you know? Julian Zeezer says, they still speak some old dialect of German, or is it Dutch in parts of Pennsylvania? Insular people called the Pennsylvania Dutch or the Amish, maybe not so much as in the past. That is true. That is true. Ever hear of Oceans of Slumber? Doom death progressive metal band out of Texas with black female singer. I never have heard of anything metal. Chris Abel says, I remember Terry. I never forget. Oh, no, he never forgets. Star Mountain loves him. Loves him. Star Mountain, you really need to check out sonicasylumradio.com. You need to hook up with those people, especially hook up with Metal Maiden Vicky there, who has a show on Saturdays. I think it's 6 hours long, called Metal Maiden Vicky's Metal Euphoria. And if you send them their music, your music, there's a really good chance they're going to play it. But they're very metal. They're all metal there at sonicasylumradio.com. And you can also check out their Facebook page, which we would be broadcasting to right now if StreamYard had its act together. I can't tell what those are against the black background. Star Mountain said, you are appreciated. Thank you for the $10, Star Mountain. And by the way, thank everyone for generously donating to the cause here. If you can and you want to, I think that's fabulous, and I love you for it. But you don't have to. I realize, hey, I've been there. You know, funds can be tight and all that other stuff. So just, you know, it's very much appreciated, though. Don't think that it's not. Hungus Mungus says, I think it's Frankish dialect from South Germany. Could be. Terry Nee showed me his Pennsylvania Dutch oven once. Yes, I think I can say without fear of argument, if anyone here has ever shown someone else a Dutch oven for the first time, that's an extreme reaction. And if you've been the person that's been shown for the first time, Star Mountain says, I did, Tom. They play oldies mostly. Really? Really? I don't know, man. Vicky's got new album releases and interviews with the bands on her show. I don't know. I don't listen to it, so you'd be able to tell me. Hey, Star, they'd probably give you a show, though. If you had a certain kind of show you wanted to do about metal, they'd probably let you do a show. Terry Nee says, Pennsylvania Dutch, throw Grandpa down the steps, his hat. Drive slow, your horse. Anyway. Star Mountain says, I'm not much into 80s metal unless it's thrash. I'll take your word for it. Julian says, listen to Black Pyramid. It's a portmanteau of metal and jam band music. Okay. People saying hi. Most cheerful chat room in the history of the internet is verified by independent sources. Hungus Mungus says, because of my lingo, I'm able to speak Afrikaans, South Africa. So he can talk to Charisse Theron. In her native tongue. That's funny, Chris Abels. Dutch oven still offends me. It's just wrong. The thing that makes a Dutch oven so twisted is the planning and the plotting of it. Hungus. Julian Zeezer says, all the Amish are moving out of Pennsylvania because land prices are too high. Wow. Where will they go? Terry Nee says, my wife married me for the Dutch oven I built. Ray DeVito. Oh, God. Doopa. Anyone else have parking spots for Amish buggies? Yeah, as a matter of fact, up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, they when it would be rain or inclement blizzardy weather, which they have in Fort Wayne, Indiana, quite frequently, the Amish, when they drove their buggies up to Walmart, the horses would just have to stay out in the elements. So the Amish said, look, Walmart, if you supply all the materials, we will supply the labor, and we will build a horse stall thing where we can keep oats. We'll take care of that and hay and all that. So when we come here, we can take care of our horses, and they can also stay out of the elements. And they did the deal with them. They did the deal. It just kind of sucks when those Amish people leave. They stop the horse and buggy, and they make them show their receipt, go through the horse and buggy. Julian Cedar says, maybe they'll move back to Holland and put you out of work, Sven. Uh-oh, look out, them's fighting words. That is funny, Terry Nee. Julian Ziza says they're moving to Central America and to Alaska. Places like that. Alaska would be good for them. Hungus Mungus says, I thought at first Dutch oven is for cooking. Well, there is a Dutch oven. There actually is, but the legitimate Dutch oven probably at this point is not as popularized as the disgusting sneak attack sphincter bomb Dutch oven. Mennonites have been buying land around me, says Terry Nee. I bet you West Texas, there's an assload of land they can get for nothing. Star Mountain says, Dutch oven is more of an Urban Dictionary kind of thing than real life. I can make up things too. How about the Cape Cod Great White? I don't know what that would entail yet. I love all those names. It's slang, to be sure, but it's slang that everybody knows. Sven Dunkel says he likes the Amish. Star Mountain says they make great electric fireplaces. Yeah, right. Oh, those electric fireplaces are, even the ones with the pellets are. Julian Zezer says, speaking of camping, last episode, Dutch ovens are useful if you have a campfire and hot coals, but in modern kitchen, not so much. No, that's what a Dutch oven, they're like now, a lot of people have them for the inside of campers and things. But Cape Cod, let's see here. I have one, and I love it. I love it. Yeah, what are those called? G stoves? They have those G stoves, too. Those things are pretty awesome. I think I would use it more as a stove than I would like a wood burning source of heat. There's one called a cub that'll heat like a double wide with one piece of 2x4 wood. I mean, it's amazing. And the whole thing's this big. It's size of an old Macintosh computer. Chris Abel says Roy Munson trained the Amish bowlers once. Oh boy, Roy Munson did more for Amish bowling than anybody in history. Terry Nee says, I own a Dutch oven, and my wife has owned a Dutch oven in bed. Hungus Mungus says, in Germany, an American is a little cake with sugar topping. Yes. I don't know if I've ever told you the story of when I went to Germany and went on the tour of Germany with the soccer team. We played all the local towns we stopped in. We played their soccer team. We usually had to spend the night with one of the families, and then you'd get up and you'd eat breakfast with them and you'd go to the game. And the family, the grandfather told me we eat Americans for breakfast. And I'm like, is this guy just trying to intimidate me? And as we're walking to the game, he motions me over to a little pastry shop. See, Americans for breakfast. Big joke. Star Mountain says, hey, Cape Cod used to be awesome until you couldn't swim on any of the beaches anymore. A lot of places like that. Star Mountain says, we used to go off season. Chris Abel says, Dutch oven fudge is a well-known fact. Dutch oven fudge. Oh, no. Please, no. Karen Garvey says, in my town, when an Amish buggy approaches an ambulance, the ambulance turns off the siren and the Amish buggy pulls off to the side of the road so the horses don't get scared. What if the ambulance is coming for the Amish? Julian Zeta said, I had a Dutch oven, but it was too big. Left it on my front steps and some hipsters took it. They're welcome to it. Now I braise in a smaller enamel-lined cast iron pot. Wow. Julian. You guys know what I'm talking about with the G stove? Am I just imagining that? It's a pretty versatile thing. And you can use it for like a permanent wood-burning source of heat. But it just has so many attachments and other things. I would probably use it for cooking. That's just me. And there's so many like great smaller wood-burning stoves that are super efficient. And you can just use scrap wood. You don't even really need wood of any substance. Let me see here if I can find this Cubwood stove. Whoops, the daisy. Stove. It's all stove in. Yep. Wow. It's gotten a little on the pricey side, if you ask me. Let's see what we got here. Man, they went ape shit on this, didn't they? Oh, excuse my language. Just want to see your damn stoves, buddy. Oh, here we go. Oh, I just want to see the small one. Jesus. Man, their small one now is like, God, $300. And the next biggest one is $600. Man, they really have gone up in price. Well, but anyway. Let's see here. G stove hits the spot, I've heard. It does. It's the Grafenheimer stove. Abel's with the zingers. Tickow. Terry Nee says, I have 2 pellet stoves. Great heat. Yeah, but the pellet stoves require electricity to run. So if your power goes out, womp womp. I like just the regular wood stove. Although, I'll be the first to admit, if you do have a secondary source of electricity, pellets are very cheap. Super cheap. And pellets, you can kind of set it and forget it if you got it loaded with pellets, whereas a stove you have to tend to. Anybody remember the movie where Terrence Hill and Bud Spencer teach the Amish to fight? No, but it sounds really good. Star Mountain says, Karen, I used to live in Willow Grove near Philly, and I went to New Hope a lot. It's kind of like Woodstock, but bigger with the cathedral. Star Mountain says, you anywhere near there? Hungus Mungus say, nice show. How do I report people? Well, there's a little 3 stars next to every quote, next to every posting, a little 3 dots. I think that's a way you can report, or a flag or something. I don't know, Sven. That's something probably that you could ask Google. That may be something that you could ask Google. Hey, it's been a great week. Is this our first full week back? Or did we do last week a full week? I think we did a full week last week. So we're back to every day now, and that's just going great. God almighty. The records we're setting and just making new friends every day. I can never get... Let me see here. Terry Nee says, I'm near TMI. Too much information? I don't know where TMI is. Karen Garvey says, New Hope. Docs. Hunga says, German name of the movie was I'm going to say that's Fists for One Hallelujah. I'm just going to say. Star Mountain says, Karen, you're in New Hope? Hunga says, it was a joke, Tom. I'm no snitch. Okay. Not a dox. Not even. Too much information. Not even. Everybody knows where I live. Texas. Everybody knows what city I live in. And a lot of people here, if they chose to pay attention or cared, would probably know what part of town and maybe even the neighborhood that I live in. What do you think about that? Oh, great. My connection is now not that great. I'm near New Hope. All right. Hey, I'm 15 minutes away from Woodstock, New York. Oh, man. Shouldn't have clicked on that. Hey, can I thank some very special people? Julian Caesar, thank you for the gifted membership. SG family, that bowls me over. Thank you. Terry Nee, of course, with his hilarious prop bet $1 donation. Stone Crab, thank you for getting the Letterman spit there. Doc Dorn, thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Chris Abels, you're my homie. You know that. Killing with the Eagles is one of my favorite shows. Partly because of the killing, partially because of the Abels. Star Mountain, thank you, Star Mountain, for the $10. So thank all of you folks who contributed. That is really super nice. Above the call of duty. You're lagging. Yeah, I'm getting notifications from StreamYard that things are screwed up or the connection is slow, and that should not be. Report me, Mary Hartman was a real person. What the hell is going on here? Broke. I'll dox myself as well. I'm 19 hours, 37 minutes, 26 seconds away from Tom Gully. Yeah, on foot. Love New Hope and Old Band Minded photos at Cathedral New Hope back in 1994 when I was a lot younger. Cool. Another fabulous $1 donation from Terry Nee. Thank you, Terry. Tom's on auto tune. Yeah, it's been screwing up. StreamYard, thanks. Thanks. Thanks, StreamYard. Thank you. You're supposed to be helping, but you're not helping. Anyway, it has been a great, great, great week. I don't know if we're doing a member show. I'll have to see if I can get a hold of the Wolf. But you guys have been awesome as usual. And Julian. Well, no, in fact, New Hope was named after the first Star Wars flick. All right. Okay. Hey, that old clock on the wall says it's time, like Al Green, to get up on out of here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And one of our favorite people has just appeared again. John from JMO Productions. Miss you, Tom. It's been a few since I've been able to catch you. Thank you, John. Good to see you. I hope all those productions are going well for you. Hey, but the only thing left to say at this point is till next time. We'll see you next time.
Bye.